Hi guys, this is Amar and welcome to Amar Tech Stuff. So guys, in this video we are going to focus on BGP interview question and answers. So let's start with question number 1. Tell us something about BGP. So this is a very common question which is asked by the interviewer. So I have noted down some bullet points which you can mention while answering this question. So BGP, that is Border Gateway Protocol. So this is the guys only one EGP, that is Exterior Gateway Protocol, which runs between two different autonomous systems. This is a bullet point, or I can say this is the very important point which you need to mention while answering this question. So this is the point number 1 which you need to mention, and again this point, that it is the only routing protocol. We can say it is the routing protocol of internet. So these are the 2 points which you have to mention while answering this question. And while answering this question, the approach I would recommend would be like, you can't compare this routing protocol BGP with the other routing protocols, because BGP is a bit different from other routing protocols. You can't compare it with the other routing protocols or the IGPs like RIP, EIGRP, OSPF, because BGP use something known as a PBR, that is policy based routing, which gives BGP the control, or the network administrator to control the flow of traffic in BGP, how the inbound traffic should be, how the outbound traffic should be, gives the network administrator more rights of route manipulation. So BGP is a routing protocol which can handle a huge routing table, since it is a routing protocol of internet. Global routing table, maybe knowing GRT, that is the global routing table, it have lakhs of routes, 6 to 7 lakhs of routes. So BGP have that capability to handle such a huge routing table, which the other routing protocols do not have. I have mentioned here a small point in the end, that BGP uses a TCP port number 179. So this can be a different interview question, that which port number does BGP uses. So BGP uses TCP, and it uses TCP's port number 179. So this is again an important interview question. Let's move to the next question. What is autonomous system? My freshers friend, or friends who are having experience of 1 or 2 years, they might have faced this interview question, that what is autonomous system and what is autonomous system numbers. So autonomous system is basically a group of devices or network which comes under a single administration, like Bharti Airtel. Okay, so Airtel is an ISP, so it have a lot of it have its network and a lot of network devices. Okay, so all this network and networking devices will come under a single administration, hence it will come under a single autonomous system. So that is known as autonomous system. An AS can be an ISP, or it can be a large enterprise organization, maybe a large enterprise organization such as banks, large enterprise organizations. Now each autonomous system will have an autonomous system number. So this autonomous system number, that is ASN, is 16-bit binary number, and which we can represent as 12 raised to 16, which is 65,536. So 2 raised to 16 is 65,536. So we can have, or we can say, the valid range of the autonomous system numbers will go from 0 to 65,535. The first and the last, that is 0 and 65,535, these are reserved. So no AS can use this autonomous system number, whereas the autonomous system from 1 to 64,511, this range of autonomous system, guys, is reserved for internet routing, or ISPs. I can say these are for the ISPs, or these are also known as public autonomous system numbers, such as Bharti Airtel have this autonomous system number as 9498. So this is one of the example. Whereas the remaining autonomous system numbers are the private autonomous system which an enterprise network can use if it have a different if you want to run BGP between different data centers situated in different location. For example, it can use it for the private use. So its range goes from 64,512 to 65,534. So these are the numbers which you may need to remember. If in case you can remember those numbers. Let's move on to the next question. A very, I would say, a basic question, but a very important question. And many people think that this is a question which they might have faced. People who are watching this video, they might have faced this this interview question number of time. I have also faced this question number of times. That what is the difference between IBGP and eBGP? So IBGP and eBGP. So whenever whenever you run BGP between between the BGP routers which belong to the same autonomous system, then that is interior BGP. And whenever you run BGP between two BGP routers in the different autonomous system, that is exterior BGP. So interior BGP, IBGP, and the other one is eBGP. And the another difference is that about the AD values. eBGP routes have the AD values of 20, whereas the IBGP's route have the AD value of 200. So these are the two different AD values. So you need to again remember this. Question number 4. Why BGP is known as the slowest routing protocol? BGP is known as slowest routing protocol because the conversions in BGP is very slow. Whatever new changes are there, to adapt that changes, the conversion, whatever happens, that is very slow. And this is slow by design, since it have a very long or you can handle huge routing table. So that is why. And the conversions is slow basically because the hello timers and the dead timers, you can see the hello timers is of a minute 60 seconds and the dead timer or the hold on timer is 180 seconds. So these are the timers. This can be again a different interview question, that what are the timers in BGP, default timers in BGP. So the hello timers is 60 seconds, that is 1 minute, and a dead timer is 3 times of that, that is 180 seconds. Again, a network administrator have an option to change, to manipulate this particular timers in BGP. Question number 5. BGP router identifier or RID or BGP router ID. So BGP router ID is the highest loopback IP address, and in absence of loopback interface, it will be the highest IP address of an active physical interface. So this is a definition and you need to remember this definition. It's a very simple thing. If you have a loopback IP address, if you have a loopback interface, then the IP address of that loopback interface will be the router ID, or if you don't have any loopback interface or interfaces, then it will be the highest IP address of an active physical interface. I can explain you if you want, just explain you. If this is a BGP router, okay, and let's say it have a serial 0, maybe serial 1, and it have a loopback, let's say loopback 0 and maybe loopback 1. So let's say loopback 1 is having IP address of 1.1.1.1. Loopback 0 is having IP address of 11.11.11.11. Serial 0 is having IP address of 22.22.22.22. And for example, serial 1 is having an IP address of 44.44.44.44. So in this case, the router ID, this can be again an interview question. The interviewer may give you such kind of diagram and tell me the router ID. what will the BGP router ID of this particular BGP router. So here, as the definition go, it is the highest loopback IP address. So we have two loopbacks over here, that is loopback 0 and loopback 1, and the highest among this is this one. Okay, so 11.11.11.11 will be the router ID, and in absence of the loopback interface, okay, if in case this loopback interfaces are not present, okay, then it will be the highest IP address of an active physical interface. For example, like both of them are active, serial 0 is also active and serial 1 is also active, that both of the interfaces are up, then the router ID will be this 44.44.44.44. if in case if this is down, IP address is configured on the interface, but the serial interface 1 is down, then it will be 22.22.22.22. So this kind of tricky questions can be asked in an interview. BGP router must have a BGP router ID to establish BGP peer session. If you don't have a BGP router ID, BGP neighborship with any other neighbor won't come up. BGP router ID, you can also hardcode the BGP router ID. You can manually configure it by using BGP router ID command. So this is the command basically, BGP router ID. Let's move on to the next question. What are the keep alive messages in BGP? In BGP, once the BGP neighborship is up and running, these keep alive messages are sent continuously between the BGP speakers in a specific interval, which is known as keep alive interval or keep alive time. Keep alive messages are sent by BGP to verify whether BGP peers is live or not. And the timer which I told you, hello time, was nothing but these are the 60 seconds. So every minute, one keep alive will be exchanged between two BGP routers. For example, keep alive messages basically are exchanged between the expected answer basically here is that, for example, like if you have two routers, R1 and R2, okay, so the two BGP routers or the two BGP neighbors. So this two BGP neighbors will keep on exchanging certain messages, okay, to verify that they are live, they're up. So these messages are nothing but keep alive messages. So this question may be asked. This is a very common question, and the timer for this is known as keep alive timer or keep alive time, which is 60 seconds, that is 1 minute. Guys, I do have a lot of different questions, more questions here in this list, but if I keep on covering up this question, this video will be very long. So what I'll do is I'll make a different video with continuing with question number 7, because in BGP interview question and answers, since BGP is a huge topic, I do have more questions in my list. So I'll cover up in a different video. So I will meet you in the next video covering this different BGP interview question and answers which I have faced, which my colleagues have faced, which my friends have faced, some of the subscribers have faced this BGP interview question and answers. So guys, I'll stop here, but before ending this video, I'll request you to please subscribe my channel, Amar Tech Stuff. Please do like my videos, please do share those videos. This videos, interview question and answers videos, will be more useful for your friends as well. So please do share with them also. So I'll stop here, and thanks for watching this video and have a nice day. Thank you.